Hello, baseball fans. This is Vinny, and I'm coming at you with our first game testing 1.1 RC3. Um, so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of walk you through um, the quick play feature. This is the first game I'm actually going to be playing with this new version. I just downloaded it for testing this morning. Um, so we're going to kind of run through this, play a game with it, and see how everything looks, how everything works out, and we'll kind of go from there. So um, before we get into the actual game, let's at least give you the lineups. This is a best of three series now. In this series, it's the Mets facing off against the Phillies. This is going to be game one of that series. A couple of left-handers going at it today for the Mets, David Peterson, excuse me, and Christopher Sanchez for the Phillies. So here's your lineup. Starling Marte for the Mets, leading off designated hitter. Francisco Lindor bats second at shortstop. Juan Soto in right field, batting third. Pete Alonso, cleanup hitter, batting fourth. The third baseman hitting fifth is Mark Vientos. Jeff McNeil is the second baseman. He's hitting sixth. Tyrone Taylor at center field, hitting seventh. Brandon Nimmo is in left field, hitting eighth. And Francisco Alvarez catching and batting ninth. For the Phillies, their lineup is going to be Johan Rojas in center field. Trey Turner at shortstop, bats second. Bryce Harper at first base, batting third. JT Realmuto batting fourth as the catcher. The left fielder hitting fifth, Kyle Schwarber. Rhys Hoskins, the designated hitter, batting sixth. Nick Castellanos in right field, hitting seventh. Alec Bohm is batting eighth, the third baseman. And then Mundo Sosa is the second baseman, batting ninth. So these are your starting lineups. Mets have played three games already to get into this uh, grade 8 section of the tournament. And so let's hit play ball and let's kind of see what we have here. So let's kind of take a look at this. They've changed a couple of things here. They used to have this box when you would hit that, and I guess as they still do. So when you hit the enter or use your mouse, you still get the same choices. But we're going to set it up and for quick play and see how that works out. So just kind of looking over it this morning. Um, we're going to go into game options and let's look at quick plays. So when we go into the quick plays, you'll see there's a whole list of different options here. Ground outs, fly outs, line outs, pop outs. Then you've got ground outs to each one of the players, fly outs to each one of the players, line outs to each one of the players, um, pop outs, foul outs. Then you have your hits, single, double, triple, home run, walks, hit by pitch, intentional walks, errors. So those are all the different um, plays you can use for quick play. And you get the option you can put 12 in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put a few in here, ones that I probably normally use. Let's put ground out in there. Say it says choose fielder, so when we hit ground out, that should show up. And we're also going to, I know down in here, you can put a fielder's choice in there. And you can also put in a double play. So those would be my different ground out options. Then we're going to put a fly out, our regular fly out. Okay, so there's a fly out. So those are the primary outs that we use. I mean, you can have line outs and pop outs and foul outs, obviously, but the thing is, you only get 12 quick plays. So you have to kind of decide how you want to do that. Okay, let's put in some hits. We're going to add a single, a double, a triple, and a home run. We're going to put in a walk, and let's find strikeout. I think that was here. It is at the very top. You'll notice these symbols right here. I'll get to those in just a second. Right now I've got 10 out of 12. So I've got two more quick plays that I can put in. What other ones do we use a lot of? Let's see. Errors, hits, we already have that. Triple play. Stolen base. That's another one. And let's also use wild pitch. Okay, you'll see that these say situational. And what that means is that there has to be a runner on base for those options to show up. So those are the 12 things. Now, the hotkeys already set up, but how that works out is this. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have our 12. Okay, and our hotkeys, these are them. All right, and they will correspond. If you'll notice down here, we have quick play slot 1. Quick play slot 1 is my ground out. So here we'll clear all these out and we'll just kind of show you how to do that. All right, so they all say none. All right, so quick plays. Our first one will be a ground out. So we'll make G. We'll put the letter G in here. We'll just put, well, let's try this again. There we go, G. G for ground out. All right, so that G will show up right there. Fielder's choice. Let's see, I don't think. Well, so we're going to use a C for choice for that one. Our next one is 3. 3 is a double play. And we will put D in there for double play. And then our next 4, single, double, triple, and home run, we're going to make that nice and easy. We're going to put 1 base hit, 2 for a 2 base hit, 3 for a 3 base hit, and 4 for a 4 base hit, or a home run. So there you go. And for walk, we'll put W. And my next slot is strikeout. And for that, we'll just obviously put K for that. And then, let's see. Oh, did I miss something? Oh, I think I did. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did. I missed, okay, 4 should be fly out, so we're going to change that. And we're going to make that an F. And then we'll clear that 1. And 4. There we go. And now we can put walk and strike out. Now I do not believe, let me see. All right, steal, we'll put S for stolen base, but I don't think you can do that. I don't think it'll let you. And let's see, what was I have for the last one? Wild pitch. All right, so it does let me put a P in there for pitch or wild pitch. I can't use W because I already have it for walk. So, and of course I didn't use pass ball in there, but there you go. So there's your, oh, why didn't let me put an S in there for stolen base? We'll have to check on that one. Now, this right here, it says auto complete play when possible. So let's say the first batter hits a single. I can hit one, and then it'll end the play and go to the next hitter. Otherwise, you have to go through the different screens, and maybe we'll kind of show you how that works. So that's how we install everything. So we're kind of ready to kind of see how this works out. So we have quick plays right over here. Again, you can just click on them, or you can just punch it on your key there. But again, right now we have the game option that it will auto-complete play when possible. So like a walk or a strikeout or just a fly out, something that doesn't require runners moving, advancing bases. Okay, so that's that. Let me see. They've done some changes here. Let's see how the hitters look. Average. Now we'll find out and see. All right, so Christopher Sanchez, we are using his 2025 card, 250 ERA in 32 starts last year, 13-5 record. All right, so let's roll this game and see what shows up and what's different and not different. I'm going to have to do a little maneuvering here. All right, let's go to HUD. I'm going to move that a little bit and move this down some. There's our infield in. Okay, and then we're done with that. Everything is kind of the way I want it. And let's kind of play ball, see what happens. All right, Starling Marte comes up. I won't do too much in the way of announcing. I just want to get the flow of the action here, see how the buttons work out, see if we see any bugs or anything. All right, so Marte, the first hitter. We have in play 66. In play 66 is a fly out to right field. So let's see, I can hit F9, and that took care of that. And if you notice up here, it'll show I don't have the super advanced, total play-by-play thing. So Starling Marte, fly out to right field. All right, Francisco Lindor. We have Tough 68. Tough 68 is going to be a grounded short, so we can hit G6, and there you go, 2 outs. Here's Juan Soto. And we have Patience 67, and for Juan, that's a base hit. We can hit 1, and there we have a single. So again, we're using that option where if we don't have any other choices to make, it'll just go on. One thing that might have to be done is right here. Soto is covering up the ratings of Bryce Harper here. All right, so Soto was on first. Let's see here. Soto was an A base stealer, and Realmuto's got a pretty good arm. He's a 1, so we'll just kind of leave it the way it is. Let Pete Alonso come up to the plate. And we have tough 96. Tough 96 will be a fly out to left field. We can hit F7, and that is the end of the inning. All right. So let's do something. Let's go to game options again. And now I'm going to uncheck this box right here that says autocomplete when possible. So let's see what that does now. All right. David Peterson is a pitcher for the Mets. We're using his 2024 card, 2.90 ERA, 10-3 record in 21 starts. Johan Rojas is the hitter for the Phillies. Using his 2023 card. Very good against left-handers. Okay, so here we go. We'll roll the dice. We have tough 25. That's a strikeout. I'm going to hit K. And there you go. If you see, now it asks you to review. We have to complete the play. And so we have another click of the button there. Trey Turner. We have 796, tough 96. That is a fly out to left field. And again, we have to click the play there. So that's kind of what happens there. We still basically have to go through the separate roles. So I'm going to do this. I'm going back to game options. I kind of like the idea of not having to have those extra clicks. So we're going to resume the game. And let's see what happens here. All right, we have tough 82. Tough 82, fly out to center field. F8 should do it. There you go. Yeah, that's a lot easier. Much, much easier. I'm kind of wondering if, being that you have that kind of option, if you can get rid of some of the things. But that's not for me to decide. All right, Mark Vientos in the top of the second against Sanchez. Tough 85. That was a grounded to short. 1 out. The other thing is, I normally, before they put this quick play in, see, when you click through the things, you kind of know what's going on. Here, things happen so fast, so I decided to put this on the screen so I can kind of make sure I kind of see what's going on in the game. Jeff McNeil. All right, we have tough 42. That is a single for McNeil. All right, McNeil's an ace steal, but only have 4 stolen bases. All right, Tyrone Taylor. We have 1 out. Tough 24. Strikeout. Okay. Oh. Okay. Well, I suppose you could have runners trying to steal and things. All right, Brandon Nimmo. So that's what happens. If there's an option where someone can have to a base runner, it will pull up the other screen. Here's Brandon Nimmo. Tough 75 is a fly to center, and that's the end of it. So it's just that quick, that easy. JT Realmuto. Alrighty, facing Peterson, we have patient 11. That's a walk. We'll hit W. Kyle Schwarber, the hitter. Realmuto, he's had 21 stolen bases. Let's see, we have an A3. Let's try the stealing here. I might still have to pull that up. For some reason, it didn't let me put an S on that, and I don't know if that's an issue or a bug. I'll have to find out for sure on that. All right, so we have an A3, and let's see, 4, 5 is a 9, A3. So the combined hold rating and jump rating is 9, and so we're going to give it a whirl here. And I rolled a 19, so that A3 is going to become a B3, and B3, 82 is going to be a stolen base. So stay stealing second. There you go. All right. Alrighty. And we have tough 13, strikeout. Okay. Reese Hoskins, the batter. And we have patient 47, another walk. First and second. Castellanos with one out. We have defense 78. All right, so here's our first defense check. It's an error on the shortstop. And so Lindor is an E3. In Philadelphia, it's a 1 to 47 chance of an error. 98 is the roll. It's an out. And so the runners are going to advance. So let's try something here. Ground out to the shortstop, and the runners advanced. Okay. And now we have Alec Bohm. Tough 22, strikeout. All right. Top of the third inning. Francisco Alvarez. Tough 44, strikeout. Starling Marte, 0 for 1. All right, we have a tough 3, another strikeout. I kind of like this quick play thing. Francisco Lindor in play 9. He has a double. We'll hit 2. There you go. Just that simple, guys. Juan Soto. We have defense 15. Range of the third baseman. Bohm is a C. It's a 1 to 48 chance for a hit. 91. So that's going to be a ground out to the third baseman. I don't think they did fielder choices yet for the third out. All right, bottom of the third. Here's Edmundo Sosa. We have patient 17, a walk. Yohan Rojas. He's a D bunter. And he's an A. Okay. We have 5, patient 84. That is a grounder to short. So let's see. Grounder to short. A 5 and an 8. Let's see what we get. We rolled a 4. So here's our double play option. We hit D. 6, 4, 3, and that does it. Okay. And Trey Turner. Wheelhouse 96. Going to be a fly to left field. Well, so far everything seems to be working pretty well. Let's put Pete Alonso up there. And we have patient 51, a walk. Mark Vientos, the batter. And another patient 56. Well, that's a single. And we're going to pick a FAC card here to kind of see what's going to happen with the runner on first, Alonso. And that's single. He goes one base. So we're going to click 1 for single. And then we just have to do that. And there you go. First and second for the Mets. Nobody out. Here's McNeil. Another patient roll. And another. It's a walk. And now the bases are loaded for Tyrone Taylor. Sanchez is in a little bit of trouble here in the 4th. Wheelhouse 9. Tyrone Taylor has nothing against left-handers. It's a double, but that double, everybody's going to score. So we're going to hit 2. And this is one thing I really could do without. I don't care if it's a regular double or a ground rule double. All runners score. 3-0 Mets. Brandon Nimmo. And we have tough 81. 81 is a fly to center field. Runners hold. Alvarez. Tough, 61. 61 is going to be a fly to right field. Runners hold. Starling Marte with 2 outs. We have 7, which is going to be a patient. Patient 64 is a hit by the pitch. So I didn't make that one of my quick things. So I'm going to just come over here. I know it's a hit in the hit by pitch, and we'll just do that. So there are going to be times that you're going to still need to use some of the other quick plays down here, like what we had in 1.04. All right, here we go. Francisco Lindor, first and second. Patient 76, and that's a fly to center field. 3 runs for the Mets in the 4th. Bryce Harper leading it off. Tough, 44, strikeout. Realmuto in play, 59. That is a grounder to third, G5. Look how quick that is. All right, Kyle Schwarber. We have in play, 44. That is a pop to the third baseman. Oh, that's right. I didn't make a thing of that, so we have to go to out, pop out, third base, and that does that. All right, top of the 5th. All right, Juan Soto. And we have in play 89. And in play 89 is a grounder to second. Alonso. We have Tough. Well, I keep rolling double zeros. Tough, 20, strikeout. All right, Mark Vientos. And we have Tough, 33, another strikeout. Okay. So far, as I said, everything seems to be working out. Everything's matching up with the rolls. All right, we're in the bottom of the 5th. Rhys Hoskins leading it off. Tough, 56. That's a double. That's the first hit for the Phillies. So they finally get a runner on. Castellanos is the hitter. Tough, 14. That's a strikeout. Okay, Alec Bohm. And we have Patient 52. Patient 52 was a single for Bohm. Give a look at his card here. Runner on second scores, so single, runner on second scores, and it's 3-1. Okay, and again, I'm trying to focus more on the what's happening than what's actually going on with the cards and everything for this. So, right, batter struck out, double, batter to single, runner scores. Sosa the hitter. 10 in play, 65. 65 is a grounder to second, another double play chance. Let's see. 6 the lowest, I rolled a 7. So this is going to be a fielder's choice now. So we can hit C, out at second, second to short, and that takes care of that. Let me see something on here. We made a suggestion about possibly putting the inning that these results occurred in. So Rojas, he struck out and he hit into a double play. Okay, but we don't know what inning that was. So, all right, here is Rojas. And we have Tough 75. Tough 75 is a double. And Sosa is an 8. And let me look at my chart here to see what happens. So With 2 outs on a tough reading, he can try to advance. He's an 8. Let's see where the ball was hit. Hit in the right field. So I have a 7 and I have an 8 on a double. And we can try to let him score. Let's do that. So we have to have a 7 or less. And it's a 4. And so Sosa's going to come all the way around to score. So we have a double. And again, I don't care if it's a regular double, ground rule double, double's a double. All runners score. And it's now 3-2. And here's Trey Turner. Let's see, about it's a double, 1 run scored. Alrighty, we have Patience. Patience 65. That is going to be a ground out to the second baseman. Alright, now it says that Sanchez is tired, but I don't go by the 3-run rule, so as far as I'm concerned, he's not tired. And what I'll do is with 3 runs, I'll see if he gives up a hit or a walk, and then I'll call him tired. But I kind of basically use Strat's point of weakness rules. All right, here's Jeff McNeil. We have Tough 75. That's a grounder to short. Tyrone Taylor. We have in play 11. That's a single. And now we'll consider Mr. Sanchez tired. So we're going to go to the Phillies bullpen. And let's take a look at what we have here. Let's see. We have Brandon Nimmo. I'm going to bring in Matt Strahm. So here's Matt Strahm, another lefty. There's his card, 1.87 ERA in 2024, 6-2 record in 66 innings. All right, so Strahm is the pitcher. Brandon Nimmo, the hitter. Tough 48, and that is a double. And with less than 2 outs, he'll just, well, I was used to, let's just go 2. Regular double, 2 bases. And now we're going to bring the infield in. Infield is in. Here's Alvarez. Ballpark 97. That is in play. And it's 28. And 28 is going to be a single. Let's see what happens to the runner on second. He's going to score. So we have a single. And runner on second scores. And it's now 5-2. Starling Marte. Let me see how many batters Strahm has pitched. 2. All right, now I do have it set for the 3 batter rules, so I'm going to try something here just for the heck of it. We're going to bring in owner. Let's see if it lets me. Okay, Strahm must face 3 batters to finish the inning. Okay. All right, so let's just cancel out. That was one of the things that I found in the previous RC2, I think it was, where it was still letting me, it would allow me to change the pitcher even before the 3 batters. So, all right, so Strahm is still in there. Here we go. And we have in play 16, and it's a single, and runner advances 2 bases, so we have a single. Runner goes first to third, and Lindor is the hitter. Mets are trying to take care of this. Let's see, 35. Okay, in play 35. That is a pop up to the third baseman. So we're going to, since I don't have that as my quick play, we're going to have to just do it that way. 2 outs. Pop out to third. Okay. Batter hits a single. It would be nice if it said runner on first advances to third or something of that nature. All right, because you don't know just follow what's going on there. All right, Juan Soto with 2 outs, runners on the corners. We have tough 58, and for Mr. Soto, he gets a tough single. Let's see, the runner on first is a 6. He can try to advance. Let me see, the single goes into center field. We have a 7, and we have a 6. We'll try to get him to go to third. Let's go ahead and do that. And it's an 8, so he is going to be out. Marte is going to be out trying to go to third. We rolled an 8, and if it's above the higher number, he is thrown out. So let's see how this is going to work out. We've got a single, and the runner on first is going to be thrown out at third. Who made the throw to center fielder, third base, and that does it. Okay, so that worked out pretty well. Batter to single, runner on first, thrown on to third base, 8-5. See, now I like they show that stuff there, but they need to show the runners advancing on these. All right. Peterson is still in there. This is his fatigue inning. We'll see what happens with him. Bottom of the 6th. And Bryce Harper leading it off. And it's in play, 46. In play, 46. Grounder to the pitcher. Grounder to 1. Okay, that works out. Okay, pitch to the first. All right. JT Realmuto. We have tough 64. And for Realmuto, that's a single. Now, as I said, I use strat rules, so if Peterson ever gives up a combination of 3 hits and walks in this inning, he will be considered fatigued, even if he hasn't given up 3 runs. So, all right, Kyle Schwarber. What do we have here? We have tough 29. Tough 29 is a strikeout. He's out. Reese Hoskins. We have patient 51. That's a walk. Castellanos. Okay, here we go. We have in play 29. That is a single. So with the set, he's going to score in the 5. Let's see. He'll just be able to go 1 base. So 1 runner on second is going to score, and he's only going to go make it to there. And he is now tired. It's a 6-3 ball game. Okay. Well, Peterson pitched fairly well. And let's see, who should the Mets bring in? We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Let's see, we've got quite a few different pitchers they can use here. Let's go with Tyler Rogers. Now for Tyler Rogers, this is his combined card from 2025. 81 appearances, 1.98 ERA. So he's in there to see if they can get them out of the inning here. Bohm is the hitter. We have in play 50, and that's a grounder to third. And there you go. Okay. All righty. Philadelphia is going to need to make a pitching change. Let's see. Alonzo McNeil. And who do we want to bring in? We have this Kerkering guy. Let's bring him in. Orion Kerkering. From 2024, 2.29 ERA, 64 appearances. So here we go. Pete Alonso. Here in the top of the 7th, a 6-3 ball game. We have tough 8, and that's a strikeout. Vientos. And we have Tough 48. He strikes out. Jeff McNeil. And we have Tough 96, and that's going to be a fly to right field. Yeah, that is so much smoother. The quick plays. All right, let's see. We're going to be going with Dedniel Nunez for the Mets here in the bottom of the seventh. Let me see. There he is right there. So Nunez. Let's kind of take a look at the box score, see how things are looking in here. Okay, Strand, 2 runs. 3 there, okay. Okay, who do we have? Edmundo Sosa. All right, Sosa is going to bat for himself here. We have Patience 67, and that's going to be a grounder to second. All right. Johan Rojas. He's pretty decent. All right, we have Tough 14, strikeout. Trey Turner. And we have Tough 90, and that's a grounder to short. So we're into the 8th inning. Let's see. Taylor. Let's go bring in Sir Anthony Dominguez. Remember, this is the best out of 3 series, so Philly will still have a couple of games if they happen to lose this one. Tyrone Taylor is the hitter. Patient 86, grounded to short. Whoops. Grounded to short. Brandon Nimmo. Patient 13, walk. The D base stealer. Francisco Alvarez. Tough 91. Grounded to short. All right, we have a 6 and a 9 for double play. And we roll a 7, so it's going to be a fielder's choice. So I'm going to hit C. And let's see here. Okay, he's out at second. And short to second. And that's that. And let's see, Marte's a designated hitter. We're going to bring in a pinch hitter. Kind of see what happens with pinch hitting. I'm not sure that's anything that was. Let's go with DJ Stewart. DJ Stewart will bat for Starling Marte. Okay. I guess we'll stick DH there. We'll see what it looks like in the box score. All right, DJ Stewart is up. Runner on first. And we have Tough 58. Strikeout. Okay. And the Mets will now turn to Adam Ottavino. 2.06 ERA in 2022 for the Mets. Okay, we'll accept him. Bryce Harper in the bottom of the 8th here. Alrighty, we have Patient 68, and that's just outside of his hit by pitch. That 68 is going to turn into a grounder to short, so G6. JT Realmuto. Alrighty, we have ballpark 88. That's in play. 1-32. That's an 8. That 8 is going to be a base hit. He's on, and he can steal A3, but we're holding him on to make him a B3. He's a B3. And let's see what he can do as a C3 if he doesn't get a good jump. Okay, we got a 4. Oh, it's a 14, and being held, he's a B3. We're gonna try for the steal here. Here we go. 14 is the jump. We rolled a 16. That does take him to a C3, so he's dropped down 2 ratings. But 91 is the roll, and that's an easy stolen base. Well, I hit S and he stole. Oh, whoa. Maybe I hit something. Well, let's undo that. All right. We'll go stealing safe second. Okay. Schwarber's the hitter. Oh, we keep them out of double play. And we have tough 22 strikeout. Okay. Reese Hoskins. Tough 10 and another strikeout. We head to the ninth. We head to the ninth, folks. It is a 6-3 ball game. And let's see who the Phillies will bring in for the ninth. They have their closer, Johan Duran. He was picked up at the trade deadline last year. And the Phillies decided they're going to draft him. So here we go. We're in the top of the ninth. It's a 6-3 ball game. Francisco Lindor. All right, we have tough 39 strikeout. All right, here's Soto. And we have patient 31. That's a walk. All right. So he's being held. He makes him a B1. Here's Pete Alonso. And we have in play 43. In play 43 is a grounder to the pitcher. All right, so Alonso's an 8. Duran is a 5. Need a 5 or less. And it's going to be a fielder's choice. So we're going to hit C. On to second. We're going to go pitcher to short. All right, and with 2 outs. And, yeah, Vientos will hit. What is Vientos saying? Vientos is the third baseman. Okay. Here we go. 32, so it's not a wild pitch. We have patient 32 as a walk. And here's Jeff McNeil with 2 outs. Runners on first and second. We have patient 96, and it's a fly to right field. All right. So we head to the bottom of the ninth, and the Mets will go to Edwin Diaz. Mets go to Edwin Diaz. They got a pretty good bullpen, so they get a lead. They're going to be tough to beat. All right. The Phillies will go to the bullpen, or not the bullpen, but to the bench. And let's see what they're going to do here. Brandon Marsh. Brandon Marsh is going to be the pinch hitter. Castellanos. Yeah, that. All right. So here's Marsh hitting against Diaz in the bottom of the ninth. And we have tough 48 strikeout. Alec Bohm. tough, 66. Grounded to second. And Sosa. And we have tough 32. He strikes out. That's the ball game. They're giving Tyrone Taylor the MVP. All right, so let's look at the box score. Here's something I've suggested, that when this screen pops up here, we have the pitcher record save that was in there. Let's look at the box score. Okay, so it just shows DJ Stewart. Shows Brandon Marsh not as a pinch hitter, just at the position in there, and I mean, I like the way this game plays, but little things like that are kind of annoying. To see that he's in right field and not in as a pinch hitter, so that's something that has to be changed. But overall, from what I can gather and what I can tell, the quick plays work very well. I don't have any issues with those. Let's end the game. Let's look at I know they did something with the stats. Let's take a look. Got Astro stats here. And they were supposed to do something with player. Look at team stats. I thought they did something where you wouldn't have to scroll, but maybe I'm wrong. Pitching stats. So I'll have to look into that. But overall, everything seems to work very well. Definitely a lot quicker on some of these things. So I hope you enjoyed the setting up of the quick play and the game. The final score 6-3. The Mets beat the Phillies in the first of a 3-game set. And folks, have a good day, and we'll get back with you later.